Welcome to the Two Alphas Talk. Tonight we will talk to you about, you already know.
Yep, it's gonna be a good one. All right.
For tonight.
You said what now?
I said not much fluff for tonight.
Not too much fluff. What does that mean? I don't know.
We're
what
going straight to the topic.
Oh no! Well, I got to do all this other shit. Stuff. All right, we're live on DLive. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Rumble. Is our favorite, and the reason why I say that in a minute. Let me go and check another feed here, and I'm checking all the live feeds, guys. And so the reason why I say Rumble is the best because we had some technical issues last week. Rumble kept recording throughout the whole ordeal and made one continuous live stream. And when we came back up, we were still going. We had 120 people watching Rumble, that live show that night. So thank you, Rumble, and everybody else out there. YouTube is shadow banning us, and DLive, welcome. We're here, and hello to you guys. And what else? Twitch. I forgot Twitch. We're on Twitch tonight too. So we're on Twitch. Let me go ahead and double check that one. Yep, we're on Twitch, and the reason we're on Twitch because it's easier for me to edit our highlights instead of me jumping up the program. It's very simple. I can edit my highlights on Twitch real easy. Thank you guys who are watching on Twitch. We know we're getting a few followers who following us, and you guys are liking the shows, and let's keep doing that thing. And let's see, let me go. WK is here. Thank you, WK. And so right now let's thank our sponsors and who makes this shows possible. Mm-hmm. And let's see, boom. Where is it? I know I always put it up. I never can find it. There it is. Type in SaberTeamTactical.com. We got all of our socials down at the bottom. Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble is the Reddit symbol. But just go here in the classes. And
that's when we get to our best. And I've been noticing a trend out there. So I watched Instagram and watched other social media, Twitter and things like that. And I'm starting to see other small organizations similar to ourselves, and they're now going one-on-one. Everybody's pushing private training.
Yeah.
We've been doing private training for the last 3 years, and now all of a sudden everybody's getting on board. And that's cool. We like to be trendsetters, but and we can appreciate everyone. Competition is good, right? But so our private one-on-one training, we make an assessment the way we run our program. We run an assessment, see where you stand. So if you have some experience and you understand the principles of marksmanship, you understand loading and reloading, we start accelerating that. We put you through drills. We work through fundamental shooting to get you up to speed, and then we also work through a dry fire program so that even if we never see you again, you still can accelerate and you have an understanding about your own abilities.
And we do a lot. It's a lot more intense than just happened now. Let's see.
Yeah, both of us disappeared.
Yeah, both of us got booted off. Isn't that something? Yeah, it's crazy, man. But this time we caught it. Let's see. Hopefully nothing happens crazy.
Each class can be done. We still have our classes. We offer all the classes for groups of 5 or more. So anytime if you see a semi-automatic rifle and for self-defense, we get 5 of your closest friends, family members, and we'll work through that. Same thing with our basic firearms for self-defense. Concealed carry, stop the bleed class is a very, 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 very needed class for everyone. Learn how to stop the bleed, and not necessarily always for gunshots. It can also be for an injury while you're out hiking or car accident. Anything can happen.
All through a plate glass window. I had a guy did that, and he used his Israeli bandage to heal himself up. you know. So
Yeah. You know what they say in my country? Ish happens.
I thought they say I'm the captain now.
That's what they say.
That's what I thought they say. I am the captain now.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah. We do have a shotgun self defense class. It's
Mhm.
pending, but we do take students for that class. It's an excellent class.
Right. And
You
if
will
you have
learn
any of these classes can be done with a group of your choice. You can pick the people that attend.
and the date,
Mhm.
so you can coordinate the dates too. So don't let anything hinder you. Stop the bleed. Medical class, battle class, October 28th. That's the rifle class. That's gonna help you if the balloon bursts, and they're gonna teach you how to fight. Then you got the rifle PCC class. That's the class to get you trained up on any rifle or PCC down from a 22 up to a 308 if you want to slug it, and it'll show you how to run those rifles like pistols.
Yep.
And then you got a rifle and tactical gear class. This class, you need to take some one-on-ones before you even get to this class. This class is a class that was taught on active duty and was used throughout the theater in the world. And this is the civilian version. You will work an 8-hour day, and you will work and you will learn. And but this is not a class for beginners. It's class for intermediate to advanced students only.
Mhm.
And it's November 18th, and that's
So you
why
got plenty of time to get it up, get your skills up.
trained up. Yeah, and you need to get trained up, and you need to get an assessment by Al or Omar, and so they okay you to take that class, because I hate for you to come out to that class and you get out there and we see you're not ready. You know, I
What
would
you've
hate
had
to,
happen.
yeah, I would hate to send you home. And but you can come back to the class again next year, because we're going to teach it once a year. All right, the laser engraving proportion, that's a new business that I started. Portraits, dog tags, metal, leather patches, mirrors, and all the other good stuff. Um, so like we was going to do last week, we're going to do the same thing tonight. We will start the show, and this is our 2 Alpha Talk patch, and it's a leather patch. If you guys bottom of the hour, once the phone number comes out, if you guys want to call into the show, have a question for the show or anything of that nature, but keep it to the topic. We will take down your phone number, and you will email saberteamtactical@gmail.com with your phone number, your name, and address, and I will send you a leather patch of the 2 Alphas Talk. It's the same patch I got on my hat.
Don't
This
be
patch
scared.
right here is on my hat. I got a whole bag of them that I made, and they're ready to go to ship out to you guys as supporters. And yeah, so don't be scared. I gotta find my ink pen just in case you call. But the number's not up yet. And I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you, Reggie, for coming on. Thank you, Rod, for coming on.
Reggie.
And WK, he loves his patches. I'm gonna show his pictures that he sent probably next week. And but that's the only requirement we have. Just send you a patch, put it on social media, tag us. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be a free patch. You don't have to pay for a leather patch. You know, and it has a Velcro backing. So all right. So like I said again, we're on Rumble, D Live, let's see, Twitch, and YouTube. And I will stick the link to the Rumble page in the chat. And the reason why I'm doing this, because we had technical issues last week. Rumble was still up, and if anything ever happened to our other feeds, please go to Rumble immediately. And you guys need to set up a Rumble account anyway. And so you go over there, and Rumble is the place to be. Rumble has given us so much support. I can't stand it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're going to be pushing ourselves.
And Rumble also if you want to on Rumble, it will alert you ahead of time if you set it up for this actual show, and it'll tell you when we're on.
It sure will. Yeah. And all right, there we go. Take it away, Al.
Yeah, so the topic of the night, and it's probably the topic of the week, and everyone's pretty much heard it at this point, And what's going on is that incident that happened in Memphis. It's unfortunate, because most of the blame is going on the gun that has no brain, has no will, and did not decide to go into a school and kill children and pretty much seniors. All the adults were 60, the children were 9 years old. And that's ridiculous. And that's the thing that we, as Second Amendment proponents, that's what we have to pay attention to. What are we going to do about that? What can we do about that? We can sit back and say, oh, there's mental health, but at a certain point, there has to be an action, because if we don't, the federal government definitely will. They use these things to invoke emotions, which they are very emotional, and then they start making legislation that many people were willing to go for. If you looked at the Tennessee House, shortly after the incident, I think it was the next day, they bombarded it with anti gun people. And they took over the people saying, well, this is an insurrection. They say, well, look at tit for tat. No. But at the same time, look at the amount of people that galvanized to show up there, whether they were from Tennessee or not, but they showed up there to protest guns. But they didn't protest mental health. They didn't protest crazy people.
They didn't protest the shooter either.
No. They embraced the shooter.
Yeah,
I've actually seen it, and I first people sending stuff to me, and I'm like, bull crap. I said Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you. I did say Memphis. You're right.
Yeah. Nashville, Tennessee, not
Right.
Memphis.
Right. I did say that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that these people have embraced this person.
Yeah.
That's
Even the White House. The White House have embraced this person.
I had to go fact check that to make sure. I was like,
And was talking,
These
talking
take
about
something.
the teens need to be protected, and they're scared for their life. It's just disregard for the 6 people that got killed. You know what I'm saying? And and the whole thing was strange to look at. And what everybody was finding strange is how the video from the school came out so quickly. The shooting happened that day before, and that next morning, or that night, we had the video, in live, full color. I mean, the perfect
coordinated too.
Yeah, perfect video I ever seen in my entire life. It had a red hat on, so it makes you think visually. If you had the sound turned down, it was a mega person, and had 2 rifles, AR pistol, and was shooting with a CCP, a carbine, 9mm, and so it made you think, just by visual, this was a white male who was a MAGA supporter, was going in and shooting up the place. Right. And that's what I think they wanted to push out, until the information that the shooter had wrote a manifesto and had texted her friend what she was about to do. What we still don't have no copies of this manifesto.
Right.
And but we had the video of the person walking around the school, and there's more to it. Also too, the police body cams came out within, it's a day after her video.
And not only did it come out, but now heroically, those officers went in there and did what they had to do, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see this kind of stuff for months with these other incidents that happened.
Well, the Texas incident.
About that.
Look,
Uvalde.
I mean, it was almost 2 months before we saw the video from them.
And I can't think of the other one where the guy hit out in the back and wouldn't go in, and then wind up being able to retire that one.
Right. Oh yeah. Yep. That one. This one here was pushed, I think, to where her friend, this is the crazy part of her, when she texted her friend called the police, and the police response was delayed, where they couldn't find her or know what was going on. And by the time they got to what was going on, the incident was already happening.
Right.
And it was like the forces wanted this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I'm going to say it right now to get it out and get it over with. Today's conspiracy is tomorrow's history lesson.
Yeah.
Right. So we we're getting little bits and pieces, and then that's what they want. They want to give you a little bit of, and that you kind of figure out the rest. And some of us go overboard, some of us don't go far enough, some of us don't even pay attention, and that's what
Right.
that's what it's all about. So, but if you're paying attention and you're looking at it, and you realize what's happening, you just keep that to yourself and use it later on.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen, because right now we're just being fed a lot of stuff. But we do know one thing for sure: 6 people were killed.
Right.
That's on the way they described it. 6 people were killed.
They were slaughtered. They were slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this person wrote a reason why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And our federal government, our AG, the United States, is not releasing that information. FBI is not releasing it. They know why this person did it. They know why.
Mm-hmm.
And but I think what they're going to find out in that manifesto. Well, let's go back to manifesto before I say that. Well, we was just talking about the guy in California, the black guy, the black police. Remember his manifesto was released as they were hunting him down.
Right.
And they read his manifesto on air. It's page by page to let everybody know this is what his thought patterns were, and calling him crazy.
He got many sympathizers. Not everyone disagreed with him.
Right. Right.
I think that's one of the reasons why right now they're not releasing that, is they don't want to galvanize other sympathizers for this. But if you pay attention, when the incident occurred that Saturday, which was yesterday, they were supposed to have some transactional day of violence or something like that.
Yeah, and it was canceled. They was going to burn down Washington. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. They was going to go up there and cause havoc in hell. But they
said they were going to peacefully protest, and
no,
we didn't see anything opposite of that, so we can't say anything.
Well, look what happened when they went into the courthouse and seized the courthouse in Tennessee. That wasn't peaceful.
And so there are people calling. I don't know if you saw the video with the 3 boys standing at the doorway, and they were kind of blocking the door, and then a deputy of some sort puts one guy in a headlock, and then as he realized the camera's on him, he kind of eases the guy into a little alcove and then releases him.
Yes, I remember that.
They're calling those guys heroes. They didn't do anything.
What are they calling who heroes? The cops or they calling the kid?
One of the boys got put in a headlock, and the other
they calling them heroes.
Calling heroes that they stood up to him.
Jesus Christ!
It's crazy.
Yep. This is getting out of control, man. Mm-hmm. This is really getting out of control.
Absolutely.
And but I think there's something in that manifesto so heinous that it's not only going to cause other people to do it, but I think it's going to cause a reaction of the American people going to stomp them. You know what I'm saying? And to go after them. That's what I really do think. And they know this right now. You know, so that manifesto is not going to be released until a couple months later, when they're going to do something else in the world. Then they all of a sudden, well, the manifesto, here it is, and it says this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then everybody's not going to be paying attention to it, because they're going to be too busy looking at what this clown in the White House is doing over in another country. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So speaking of that, the half of that money that we're spending in aid to other countries can be used to harden the schools here, because even with this situation, I'm noticing schools here, especially here in Georgia, already looking at bulletproof glass, because this person has shown the weakness of schools.
Oh, check this out. Mm-hmm. Even this person was not going to pick this school. This school was picked out of circumstance, because the previous school that the person wanted had too much security and had armed guards.
See?
So this school was picked because it was weak, and it just went.
Soft target.
It was a soft target,
right.
You know, and
you know, the president makes the comment that he doesn't want our school system to be a prison. It's not going to be a prison.
Hold on,
they have
bro.
guards. They have protectors.
Did they say anything about the inner city schools and the black neighborhoods? They had metal detectors. They had police. You had to go through one. Yes.
70s. Yep.
So it was no big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now all of a sudden they got
that tells you something. That tells you what they think of inner city public schools having magnetometers in it and pat downs, and that they're in jail. But yet they don't want to have that out in suburbia.
And check this out. The United States just sent $2.5 billion in military aid to Ukraine again for so for what that money could have been used for. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a scam. This whole thing is being orchestrated. They don't want to stop the shootings. They want the shootings to continue, to the American people get enough gall to push these senators to uh, get rid of the Second Amendment. That's what they want them to do.
Yep.
And
most of the people who that showed up at the state house in Tennessee, it's the same thing. That's exactly what we're talking about.
well, you see the people at the state house, the majority of them are 80% of them are women, and the rest of them are beta males. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, it's like you're not a real man if you sit up there trying to support that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean,
I forgot the guy's name. We were watching it. We sent the YouTube video. You sent one, and I sent the other. Same guy. He's real cool, but he was doing a lot of name calling, and I'm like, and I understand that, but at the same time, it's like once you start to demean him, you kind of lose credibility with the middle.
Yeah, you fall into their boat.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And in the middle, that's why it's just that person, because I don't think we should ever give that person any respectability and notoriety at all.
No, well, it's that person's scum, and it's like why even the people on a lot of these if you watch social media, a lot of people even talking about the person, don't even bring that person's name up. I mean, their name shouldn't even be mentioned. Their photograph shouldn't even been shown. I mean, they get no notoriety because what's happening is their community is turning that person into a martyr.
They have,
they martyred them.
There was one person that said that this is what happens when you push them too far.
Right. And we have seen this. They are gearing up. They're buying guns. They're taking training classes, and they're training each other. And what they're doing, they're taking training classes from guys like me and Al, and they sneak in there and acting like they're on your side. But when you talk to them and realize they are actually preparing to fight the guys who's training them.
Wow.
And it's funny. So what they do, they'll get one guy who will take a bunch of classes from guys like me and Al, and that guy spent a whole year with us, and he becomes proficient. Then the next thing you know, he gets his certifications. Then he goes out and he teaches them everything we taught them. You know what I'm saying? But we know his teaching ability is not going to be 100% accurate like ours was. We'll see the maneuvering, we'll see the skill, but it's not going to be up to par the way it's supposed to be. Really was trained. Right. Everybody knows this.
Well, it's a watered down system.
It's watered down, and they're not. And they may not even instill the same discipline in the training that we're instilled the discipline, and it may, it'll be not only watered down, they're going to get about 25% of it, then they're going to retain 10% of it. And once the shooting start, everything goes right out the door.
Right.
These are the same people that are anti-gun. Yep. The same people who are taking these classes are anti-gun. That's right. But they're preparing to fight guys like you and I. They're preparing to fight guys who are Christians. They're preparing to fight guys who don't support Democrats. You know what I'm saying? They're preparing and it doesn't matter what race you are. You can be black, white, Chinese, or Indian. If you don't agree with their ideology, almost the same as Al-Qaeda, they want you not just out of the way. They want you 6 feet under, That's how bad it is. They want you 6 feet under. But see,
it's like a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, they're domestic terrorists because they wanted the government to do all this to us, and the government's can't do it because we have rights too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But thank God we got a constitution. We didn't have a constitution, we wouldn't even be able to do this show tonight. Right. Because me and Al, you'll probably see the guys come in and lock us up while we're on show.
Exactly.
But they want the government to do everything that they want to be done to us. They want us silenced. They want us put down. And they don't even want us to exist. So because we're giving them resistance and everybody's telling them what you guys are doing is wrong. Just go and exist. Don't push your ideology on us and everybody would be cool, Well,
and in the same vein that you're speaking about it, and it's also the same thing that what others do as well. Other organizations, they start them at young ages to kind of
Mm-hmm. To
uh,
groom them.
the
Yeah,
grooming is
they're
a good
grooming
word
them.
as well, but
Yeah.
it's also the indoctrination of the small, soft mind that it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And then as time goes on, it gets to the point where, yeah, that's just that. It's just that, you don't pay any attention. And I had this conversation earlier this week or last week, one of my nephew, and one of the things I was saying to him, he was looking at it like right now, and he said, I don't see any way that they would make a change like that, talking about confiscation. And I said, you're looking at 5-year game. These people are looking at 10 to 15, maybe even 20 years from now, when all of the guys that are watching on us right now that we know of, and anybody else that's watching out there, is now in, let's see, and the one guy here, 50, 60,
Mm-hmm.
70. The two of us gone, dust bunnies.
Yeah.
That's
They'll
the
do
next
it.
move.
They'll do it then
They
because they're gonna.
softened your brain this whole time. Guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are
And
bad.
those people that they're softening the brains to, those are the people who are going to be in the military. Those are the people who are going to be your police officers. Those are the people who are going to be your politicians. And guess what? They're going to go right along with it. If you guys don't get a hold and control of your children and start re-educating them, they're educating them the wrong way and they programming them. It's the same thing that what was that Vietnam leader did to his people. They had huh?
Mao,
Yeah, Mao.
Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, Ho Chi Minh. They had indoctrination camps for the young children, and when the young children group got a certain age, they were hardcore fighters, and that's exactly what they're doing now. And so,
Only
black
in the
people,
opposite direction.
huh?
Only in the opposite direction.
In the
Instead of
opposite
being
direction.
hardcore, soft to the touch.
So black people, wake up! It's not going to be a race war.
Whoa! You
Wake
said
up! Wake up!
You want us to be woke? We can't be woke. You can't be woke.
No, you
Did
can't.
You hear that? He said,
Yeah.
"Wake up."
I'm saying wake up because we're seeing
so we gotta be
this.
Woke.
It's not a race war they pushing. It's a class war.
Absolutely. I see that.
That's what they're pushing. And if you don't wake up and join forces and get on the same program, they're going to try to push this Second Amendment thing on you. And once those guns go, our guns will go, their guns won't. I guarantee you, they will have guns. Yep. There it is. He's got the real wars on traditional masculinity. Yeah. And if you get rid of masculinity, you'll have the T lifestyle. So that's what it's all about. But you can't.
And I'm gonna go way back because work in the streets and dealing with different type of people. And one of the things I used to tell recruit officers, because they see an effeminate man, and they would kind of like, giggle and snicker, or we got to deal with this and whatever. And I'm like, bro, let me tell you something. I'm still a man.
Yeah.
Don't come at that person any softer and he's slower than you would anybody else. As a matter of fact, take it up a notch, get that person under control, and then move forward. Because if anything, you take somebody for granted and they bust your ass, now I got to come and help you.
And usually those guys have been fighting all their lives, so they know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've been taking punches their whole life, so they know how to take those punches back. So you gotta really be careful of that, and you gotta look at when I was in the Army, we had guys who were like that was hardcore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hardcore to the bone. And you'll never know it by looking at them and talking to them that those guys was like in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing too, I would venture to say, and I might get a little pushback here, but I would venture to say that some of the people that we consider heroes was their lifestyle that we just don't know about that, especially our forefathers. Come on, all those dudes wearing wigs and knickers.
But they didn't try to force you to say their pronouns, to believe there were 150 different sexes.
Evolution.
You know what I'm saying? And
since you brought that up,
that men can have babies.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now.
Anyone help me out with this? I looked it up, so I have an idea. But what the hell is a cis? I mean, I know
Oh,
what a cis
that,
is. It's CY
okay.
as
They
T.
use the word cis as a
Mhm.
construct in order to dilute the argument. If you put the word cis male or cis female in front of that too, then they can say it's not a real female or male, it's a cis male or female. So it can help dilute their argument. So what you got to, if somebody was to, if you get in an argument with a person that wants to use the word cis, no, there's only two, male, female. There's no such thing as a cis. You know what I'm saying? That's the new speak they're trying to
Yeah,
do in order to
when
win
this thing
arguments.
took off, I saw more of
Yeah.
that word, and it was like, okay, gotta Google that. So I Googled it,
Yeah,
and
they
I'm
made
like,
it up.
nah,
They
I'm
made
just
it up.
a man.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah.
male.
They,
You want to
because
take over?
they know they can't biologically win the arguments on male female. So they come up with this cis thing.
But I
And you
see
got,
some people calling themselves that.
yeah. What?
See,
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Let's
but
see
I
what
mean,
it
it's
say
like
here.
dudes I thought were just regular guys.
Roman gladiators had
See,
stuff in their lifestyle, especially in how they indoctrinated young boys. Sodomize
sodomy was part of
sodomy
it.
was a part of the indoctrination. Yes, the everybody know what was recorded in history was the what was the guys in Athens,
The 300.
the 300, yeah,
Yeah,
those guys, the guys in Troy, that was
right.
reported that they would do that to their young men.
Mhm.
And that was helping harden them up and some stuff, you know. But you got to look at those guys, and they were the special forces of the day, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
whatever they were doing was kind of working, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
fight wise,
Well,
I just wouldn't have won. I just
right.
wouldn't have wanted to be there.
And
No, that's
based
not my
on
cup
the
of
Roman
tea.
record, the other comment that's
Yeah,
coming up, but I
Roman neck
remember
was done, yeah, done
in
naked.
the
Yep, that's right. Yeah,
70s Spartans in
yeah,
Greece,
yeah.
and in the 70s, my older cousins used to swim at their school naked
Naked. Yeah.
with all boy class and all girl
Yeah.
class, and everybody got in the pool, and I'm like,
Right. Well, they still have bathhouses that are naked men, and the Russians do, and the
right,
Chinese do, and the United States used to have those too until they dissolved and turned into something different back in the 70s. Remember?
right.
Then we had that's when AIDS came around. You know,
Well,
remember the
and
bathhouses?
right. Yeah, I remember growing up in
Yeah.
New York, hearing about bathhouses all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the same thing as we're kind of going down this track. But that's what's happening now is that you have to pay attention. So you can't go to sleep. You got to stay
Right.
woke.
Yeah, especially you guys got kids. If you got
Mhm.
kids, you got to be on top of your kids. If you're not teaching them at home and you send them to a government institution, you better
Pay
be.
attention to that.
You better pay attention to
That's why when I hear these guys talking about wokeism and everything, I'm like, you can't go to sleep. You can't
No.
sleep on your kids. You
Mm-mm.
got to pay
No.
attention to what's going on. We got teachers that watch the show, and I hear them, and I talk to them, and I see things that they post in reference to the violence that's happening in the schools. And on top of that, there's an agenda being pushed at them. And I think a lot of these kids are acting out, and that's what they're going to tell us probably next week or the week after in reference to this person that in Nashville. That's what they're going to tell us about person acting out.
No,
Because
it can't because that person was 28 years old, bro.
bro, the mom went to that school and then returned. The school only goes to 6th grade. What the hell they return for? You still got a beef with a 6th grade teacher. You still got a beef with a 6th grade.
Well, the thing of it is trying to make the news. That said,
Mhm.
this person had the agenda. They had I think they had the AR pistol in order to push the AR pistol ban, and
Oh,
then they had the mega hat
with a
and
brace.
look, yeah, with the brace, and it was never used. I didn't think they had ammunition for it. And then they had the red hat turned around so it looked like it was a white male. So
Mhm.
everybody get upset at white males, you know what I'm saying? So
And they did in the beginning.
yeah, it did in the beginning. This whole thing was orchestrated and to start an incident, you know what I'm saying? Where the government was to go in and push against the Second Amendment and try to take everybody's firearms. You know what
Probably
I'm
the two
saying?
most popular calibers were used in that.
Right.
9mm and apparently 223.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know yet because they don't know what she shot through with the window from.
Oh,
That's
the window was there was a subtech.
the same one.
Yeah, it's a 9mm. Yeah, she was holding. Remember the
pistol was dangling.
Yeah, the way she had it slung, it was no way she can pick it up and put it in position in enough time. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, um, I mean, then they had that Amazon cheap web gear they had on. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
but it was obviously that person had taken some classes with somebody, had
Mhm.
trained that person, because you can see it when it raised the rifle up, how the cheek went straight to the sights. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So somebody,
And of the legal age, but
yep.
yet still hid the guns for. I think they own 7 guns total
Mm-hmm.
that were at least registered or whatever way that the feds found out about it. So they own 7 guns and they hid those guns. I think it still lived with its parents,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
they hid those guns during that time.
Right. Right. I mean, it's crazy. It is really nuts. But that's what we got going on nowadays. I'm gonna open the phone lines up. So if you guys want to call in, try to get yourself a patch. And if you got any comments you want to say toward the show, that's cool. The phone number is 404-692-0561. All right. And just can't say there's certain words just can't say that referencing
You got the
toward
beep.
them.
You got the
Yeah,
beep.
I
Hit them
wish I
with the
had a
beep.
beeper. I wish I had a beep. Oh, let's
You can
see.
blink them out.
Hold on. Let me see if we have a beeper on the soundboard.
Yep.
Laughter scare.
There it
Rim,
is. I just heard it.
rim shot. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's not it.
Mm-mm. It's part of the where you can mute the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Like
can just mute the call. Yeah.
if you muted me right now, you'd get now. If I said
Yeah.
mute me right now, you get now because it takes
Yeah.
like a second back.
It's a couple seconds delay. But don't say the F word. Don't cuss a lot. Especially don't say anything derogative toward the T people or the rainbow people. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
only channels I worry about is Twitch and YouTube. Rumble, they don't really care.
Mhm.
we can say what we want to say.
And that
And
new D Live
yeah,
don't.
yeah. But Rumble's screwing us anyway. But yeah. So and in other news, remember the things we've been seeing. It's a pattern that's going on. People's guns getting stolen.
Mhm.
You know, everybody who's walking around
Mm.
open carry in Georgia
Right.
because they're thinking the constitutional carry allows you to open carry. There's a lot of people doing this. And what we're seeing is a pattern. These people are going in convenience stores, they're going to get gas. And what's happening, these guys walking right up behind them
Man.
and taking that gun right out of that holster and they take off running. Now, here's the stupid part: the person whose gun got stolen, they chase after him. Why are you doing this? And then when the person gets, when they chase after him, the person who's being chased either gets confronted by them or get an altercation with them, a fist fight, and now the person whose guns got stolen just got
Two.
killed with
Two.
their own gun. Two
Two.
people, yeah, two
Mhm.
people in the last month,
Yep.
yeah. So, and that's probably many more that's happening. But these guys got to stop carrying open carry. I don't know who you're trying to impress carrying open carry. I
I,
don't know.
I don't know if they want to be cops, want to be live out a detective fantasy. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it's going to get you hurt because
Mm-hmm.
apparently I didn't see there's no video that I saw, but I read about both of them,
Yeah.
and no secured holster because apparently it just comes right out. So that means there's no
Right.
locking mechanism on the holster whatsoever. So
Right.
that is stupid because not only for snatch and grab, but what about anything else that happens? What about just most of concealed carry, like what the holsters that we get, excuse me, they're custom and they have a click. They click in, and then you can adjust
Yeah.
that tension, with the screws or tightening or whatever. I'm an end user. I don't know all that nomenclature about that stuff, but it's friction lock, right? But these
Mm-hmm.
other guys, I've seen them. They're buying holsters that have no form whatsoever. They're
Right.
just a little pouch.
Right.
And
We call those Uncle Mike's,
Uncle
Uncle Mike
Mike's,
style
the one they
holsters.
give you when you buy a gun at the gun show for free,
Right.
all that crap. And
Right.
they're going out and wearing that, and then some joker sees it, and goes, you know what?
It's a crime. It's a crime of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing, and they wait until you get distracted, and they come, they push you in your back,
And I can imagine how they feel when they get their gun snatched. And that the first thing, to go get it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose your life.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Let's say it's the baddest gun. Let's say it's a Staccato. What's that? $1,800.
I thought there was 2,000.
Yeah, 18. You know me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Round it up. You round it up. All right.
I'm gonna find one that's gonna be. I'm gonna get a discount. All the discounts and discontinued, and they want to get rid of it right now, and I'll get it for about 1,800.
Right.
But yeah. On average, about $2,000.
Okay.
$2,000 worth of your life?
No.
Right. That's my point. It's like you chasing after a dude with has a gun, and it's yours.
Right.
So in most cases, it's one in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. And then if you fall or fight, and this fool who picks it up, more than likely, all these jokers on the street put their finger in the trigger when they grab the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they go to falling, pow!
Right.
Out in your ass. No way.
But all the suspects have been caught. Both of them.
Yep.
They was caught at the scene.
Yep.
However, that person lost their life over a stupid gun.
Yep.
And is it really worth it? And that's why a lot of people is not understanding what carrying concealed is all about here in the state of Georgia. I'm only speaking to our state. Any other state, you guys,
because it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Remember the video we used a few months ago with the young lady in Philadelphia. And Pennsylvania has a similar law where you can carry without a license, but it has to be open carry.
Oh,
and she had that gun in her back pocket or wherever the hell it was.
Yeah, it was on a 4 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy tackled her to the ground and took
and
the
let's
gun.
tuck it. Yeah.
But you saw what she did. She knew. She knew.
Yeah.
Even if he
But
didn't have a gun.
she knew, but she almost did it. Then she thought
she was frustrated.
Yeah,
but it
she
was
almost did it.
Like, what do I do? And she looked at the clerk, and the clerk is probably like,
ain't nothing I'm gonna do. He's got a gun.
Thank you for giving him a gun. You're on your own.
Yeah, he's getting ready to go either commit a crime with that gun or he's gonna sell it. Al just dumped out. So or did I dump out? Who dumped out? Was it me or was it Al? I don't know who it was. Let me call Al. And we'll just do the show by phone. Let me see. It's probably me got dumped out. You still on air? You still on air?
I am, but they said get out.
I'm out.
WK said that I'm you're out.
All right, just put me up against the phone. We'll just talk this way. I'm not going to reset it because we're so close to the end of the show. Yeah. So.
Where you at?
Huh?
Try to do the thing.
No, I would have to reset everything, so I'm not going to do all that. Yeah. So we'll just hold the phone up to hold the thing up to the thing and say I'm out. So. We'll just run the show that way. I think we got 40-something minutes, 15 minutes left in the show. So yeah. So it was Al who dumped. Yep, I see.
I see you still on Rumble.
Huh? You said what?
Still on Rumble. You're still on Rumble.
I'm in limbo.
Rumble is the move because you're still on Rumble. I just checked them out Rumble and you're still there.
Okay, I'm still on Rumble. Live.
Still on Rumble. Live. Yes.
Okay. You guys put in the text who you guys see, Al or me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. And
Rumble followers will see.
Oh, yeah, I see myself on Rumble. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The WK at 10:15 said Al was dumped out, meaning you.
Me. Yeah. That's all right.
Because I asked the question, "Are you still there?" And then he said, "Al was ducked out."
Yeah.
And then
He's saying me.
said,
I can see the chats, guys. That's weird. This is very, very weird. I can see the chats. I can see myself on Rumble, and I think the other stations. Let me look at the other stations and see. I see myself on the other stations. I don't see Al. And
I think it's this Melon app. It's this Melon app.
Yeah, it's the Melon app is acting up.
Yeah, we got to figure it out, guys. We really appreciate you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, but what we basically saying, just like the show, like I said, we're on 4 different platforms tonight, pushing out 1080, Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, D Live, and did I miss one? I think I missed one.
No, you got it.
I got
Keep going.
Yeah, they only see me on YouTube and Rumble. Al, you got dumped out. You, Al.
Yep.
Yeah, come back in come back in, and we'll pull you back in. Oh, you just did it?
Just did it.
It's blocking you. Yeah, that's all right. We'll
Give me a minute.
Yeah, and we want you guys to pay attention to what's going on. You guys know this is the last month of what's going to happen. What do you call that? The brace 120 days runs out at the end of this month, April. You know what I'm saying? So don't register. Don't keep your braces off the internet. You know what I'm saying? If they're on pistols, take them off. If they runs past the 120 days, and because I don't see anything happening. They're supposed to have made a vote on the 26th of last month. There's Al. They're supposed to have made a vote on the 26th of last month to nullify the brace vote, and the 26th came and went, and there was still no vote. And so I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's very strange. That's, it's like it's all automatically been stalled. And since they had the shooting, there's been no talk about shutting it down. Everything has been just put on hold right now.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to get overturned. You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
No.
And
they're going to take that away. It's definitely it's something that they could say is progress.
Right. Yeah. Because their ATF's been losing hard against the Supreme Court, and they've been fighting like tooth and nails, and Supreme Court's been slam dunking them. Right. I mean, just going nuts with them.
Because when you're wrong, no matter what you say.
You lost your AK in the boating accident. Doesn't make a difference if you say that or not, because they're going to look at those last place that thing was registered, and they're going to come with a bench warrant, and they're going in your house. Mm-hmm. So you better bury them, better take them someplace else if you plan on using that excuse, because they will come in your house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's going to be a tough one to sell too, bro, because the thing, like I said earlier, it's not going to be just what we see today. We're talking about in the future where some of these young people that say 15 years old, 10 years old, in 15 years,
mm-hmm.
those 25-year-olds, those 30-year-olds, those are going to be your Gestapos. Those are going to be your guys coming door to door trying to retrieve guns, because they've already got it indoctrinated in them.
Right.
That no one needs a firearm.
I read a article. It was done back in the 80s. It was some officer trying to get his PhD. I think it was a major or something like that. So for his thesis for his PhD, he was asking young soldiers, would they fight or kill against American people? And majority of the soldiers wouldn't do it, and some would do it. But you got to look at, they're preparing the military to do it, because remember, they purged all the guys who didn't take the jab, and they purged them, and now they've been ordered to bring those guys back into the military. And the Secretary of Defense is like, if they want to come back, they can try to come back, but they need to request it. We're not going to just go out and go get them. They don't want them back. You know what I'm saying? And so those guys, because if you have all the people who tuck the order and tuck the jab, and now you got these are the guys that you want to be your Gestapo and try to go against the American people.
Mhm.
That was a question that was always asked for us in the military is, would you attack American citizens? I always told my guys that's something I would never do. I would go out patrol the streets, but I would never drop American citizen unless that American citizen made a significant threat. But I would not be an enforcer on them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's at that point my rifle doesn't go into the ready position. It goes either on my shoulder or somewhere else, because I'm not trying to be an enforcer on American people. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with an unjust ruling or unjust order, unjust law. You know, that's what the individual has to come up to and understand when you're going too far. And that's what a lot of the Nazis were like that. They were just doing their job. You know,
Right.
and
And
everything that they did was technically legal because it was all under the government.
Well, they made it they made it legal to racial discriminate against Jewish people or people who was not pure German. You know, so it was illegal. It was totally legal.
Mhm.
So, and they had news media on their side. They already have the news media on their side in this one. Everybody can see that the news is not on our side. You know what I'm saying?
The news is not the news is designed to manipulate us, to keep
Yeah.
us in questioning and keep us guessing what the government's all about. It's not as transparent as they always. Every time they say transparent, think the opposite.
Yeah. So, but the news wasn't always like that. It used to be,
Think about in historical terms, the guys that found out was Nixon.
Watergate. You're talking about Watergate.
You know, those were journalists. It was probably the last journalists of our time.
Right.
You know, those are guys that told the truth and stood up behind it.
Now Woodward, he's turned to the other side.
I mean, but I'm talking about back then. I'm not talking about now. And think about the guy that who's dead because he told about the drugs that were being smuggled, and what's that guy's name? Oliver North and all those guys.
Yeah. Oh, that was classic.
One article.
That was classic. That was so classic.
That one article, he pulled down the entire government. I mean, we would have never known about that without that.
Right. Yeah. We was like,
and he took it cost him his life.
Yeah.
You know, but that's people with integrity. That's people who say this is wrong and I'm going to stand up. The same thing you were just talking about, where people ask the question, would you you know, turn your rifle on an American citizen just because they're voicing their opinion? You know, at that point the Constitution goes out the window.
Yeah, it goes.
It's a dictatorship.
It goes out with the baby in the bathwater. You know what I'm saying? So that question was asked during the Civil War, and those guys spread apart and they fought each other. And they asked those same questions during because you know most of those guys all went to West Point together. You know, and they asked those questions, and they asked them all that questions in West Point, and they all parted ways, and one fought for one side, one fought for another. You know what I'm saying? And we're glad the South lost because me and Al wouldn't be here right now.
Man, I shouldn't even think about the consequences of victory.
Yeah. So also too, on the good news, ammunition prices are dropping.
Yes.
If you guys have noticed, gun prices seems to be going on sale a lot lately. And so you can find you some good firearms.
Actually, gun prices have gone up about $20.
Oh, they have? Oh, Jesus, man, that sucks, dude. But I noticed ammunition is going down.
Stay on Palmetto, and Palmetto will have you.
Oh yeah, I am a Palmetto freak. You know what I'm saying? I am a Palmetto freak. I'm buying something from them like every couple of weeks. It's ridiculous. Wife asked me. She asked me the other day. She said, "Have you bought any new guns?" I said, "Yeah, I have." How many you bought? I said a few. She said, "You bought any this year?" And I said, I started counting. I got to like 5, 6. She said, "What? Why I haven't why I haven't seen these?" And I said, "You don't need to see them."
And
You
nothing,
know,
and nothing's going out. You haven't made room for nothing. And just
no,
find another place for it.
right. Find another place. My safe is stocked. It's full. I can't get anything else in there. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but it's funny, man, because you know, I've been on this big trip, and a lot of you guys need to pay attention to it. The daggers from Palmetto, they selling those things for $2.99, you know, or you can buy the special for, I think it's $3.24 or something like that. You get 10 magazines along with it, threaded barrel, tall boy size, armor cutout, and these things are Glock Generation 3s. So
They're
pay
good.
attention to those before the prices go up. Remember, the Canik came out the same way. It was $2.99. Now
It's
look at the Canik.
fun.
That's right. It's over
Yeah,
400.
some of
Yeah.
them are higher than that. They got the metal one. I think it's called a Rival, and that
Yeah.
that's like almost $800, seven something.
That's the competition one.
Yeah,
The
that's
Canik competition
Well,
pistol.
and
Yeah.
it's made, they got more than one competition one, but this one is steel,
Mm-hmm.
all some type of metal.
Okay. Yeah, pig
maybe-
iron.
maybe aluminum.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things happening. You guys pay attention. You guys really appreciate you guys support. Yeah, we just love it. Now the music, I've been doing something different. If you listen in the background, this music, let me see if I can turn it up. Can you hear it now, Al?
No, I can't.
Yeah. That music I made. Okay, so I'm starting to make my own music now for the show, and so I'm gonna cancel this subscription to this other thing I've been getting music from. And
Eat your heart out, Rick.
yeah, this for
Oh, Rick
this.
has been studying music. He's studying the principles and how many bars, and Al just comes in. Boop, 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 boop.
Right. And I just ordered a beat machine a couple days ago, so I gotta make my own beats and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, but I'm making my own music for the show, and it's just Rick inspired me to do it. He bought all this equipment, also ID, and so I figured, yeah, I might as well give it a chance.
ID is a master at it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say if I'm not copying ID, I know I can't mimic what he does. He's a master at the game. He's a celebrity in the music world. Right. And but I figured if Rick can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? This for you, Rick, because you're not watching the show. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can do it, I can do it.
You'll see it though. I'm sure he's gonna call you this week.
Matter of fact, no, we're gonna cut this as a highlight. We're gonna put it on Instagram. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut this is gonna be the highlight reel.
You'll see it then.
Right. And we see so we had technical difficulties, and everything stayed true, and we figured it out. We worked through it, and we came back. You know what I'm saying? That remember when you guys say Al, we're both Al's, so you got to say our names. Just look at our names at the top and type it out, then we know who's who. You know what I'm saying? That's what the 2 Alpha talks for. 2 Al's talk. That's what the alpha means. And we want to thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you guys for support, and thank you guys for sharing this. And also thank you for everybody who's watching this show that's in Georgia. We really appreciate that. And sharing the show, talking about the show. If you guys want to come on the show and you want to talk on a topic, let us know. Shoot us an email at saberteamtactical@gmail.com. And or if you have a topic you want us to talk about, shoot us an email at saberteamtactical@gmail.com.
Yep, or any of the social media, because a lot of the guys I see on the different social media, I see their pages on a regular basis, so you can reach out to us anyway.
Yeah, reach out to us and talk to us. Yeah, thank Rob, and for
Rod.
We just Rod, yeah, and we just try to. This is the way we talk all the time. Me and Al, me and Al talk about almost every day, and either through text or I could never get him on the phone. He never picks up. And when he do pick up, we end up talking for like a couple of hours, and it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then we think, well, we should record this phone call.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Monetize that thing.
Right. And but this is we try to make this show interactive for you guys. That's where you guys come on, you state some questions and stuff, and I bring them on the air. And so you guys have a voice in this show too. The show is not for us, it's for you. Right. So and the us is we're just spending the money on it, putting it out there. And but we're pumping things out in 1080p and with the new upgrade to the system. And there it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got anything, Al?
Get out there and train, guys. Get out and practice, train twice, practice 3 times.
Right. And I got a couple of shows that are coming up this month. The first one's going to be at Taste of Mableton on, let me get my calendar. Jesus Christ. The 15th of April, I'll be at the Taste of Mableton, set up at the booth. I will also be at the Jim Miller Park on the 22nd and 23rd, Jim Miller Park for another 2-day show. And I'll have a booth set up out there. And you'll just look for the Saber Team Tactical flag because it'll be showing. So, all right. And we'll see you guys at the range.
See you on the range, guys.
All right.